All good.
So,
Well, we're so glad to be connected with you this morning, and thank you for hopping on Zoom. I wanted to introduce myself and our partners here on the call,
okay,
and then briefly give a quick intro and then jump into some questions regarding your Business for All grant application.
okay,
Great. So my name is Jenny Joe, and I lead strategic initiatives at Hello Alice, meaning some of the cross-functional and team-wide projects, including our grant programs. And I have the pleasure of introducing you to our partners at Gen Global and Stealth Venture Funds. And so you have a whole team that you can see across the screen here. And then with that, I'd love to turn it to Jennifer for a few words, and she represents Gen Global.
okay. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I work with Jeff Hoffman. Unfortunately, he cannot be here because he's on a live talk in Europe right now. But he wanted me to let you guys know that we believe that small businesses are the backbone of America and are the leaders that set examples in their communities for others to follow. On behalf of Jeff, the Global Entrepreneurship Network, and Jeff's partner Pitbull, we want to thank you for everything that you do in your community. And we want to thank Brent Freeman and his team for standing up to support the Hello Alice program. And I look forward to hearing more about Pat's Exotic Beverages.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Awesome, Jennifer. Brent, would you like to share a little bit more about Stealth Venture Funds?
Hey man, how are you? Pleasure.
Okay, how are you?
Good, good. I'm honored to hear your business story. I agree with Jenny totally that small businesses and entrepreneurship is the backbone of the US, and it's what's going to take us forward here in this new economy. And our company, Stealth Venture Labs, and we have our executive leadership team on the call today. We believe very strongly that it is the small businesses that will take us forward. And so we were really excited to hear about your business and your mom's story of starting it. It's super inspiring, and love the idea of being able to expand it. And the first time I looked at your business online, I said, man, this has huge potential. And we can't, our philosophy is we can't wait from the top down for solutions. It has to be from the bottom up. And with Main Street reorganizing is how we'll say that in the last year. It's businesses like yours that we are honored to learn more about and try to help support. So our firm is a digital marketing growth agency with roots in social entrepreneurship for the last decade. Helping inner city kids start businesses that solve social challenges. And so I'm just really excited to learn more, Howard, and see how we can help.
Thank you so much. Really
Awesome. Well,
And a
Howard,
big thank you. Sorry to interrupt you. A big thank you to Hello Alice and the Gen Global Group for what they do. You guys are true angels. And thank you for all the hard work and putting all this together and coordinating it. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Well, Howard, turning it to you, we'd love to learn more about Pat's Exotic Beverages. We know it's a family business started by Pat, and could you share more about how you all, the origin story of the business and how you all have navigated the past few months in response to COVID?
Yeah, so Pat is my mom, as you know. In 1999, she migrated from Jamaica, had 3 children. My father passed away when we were young in 1980, so she was about 31 at the time. She worked as a medical secretary, went to school at night and got a college degree. But when she lost her job in 99, we kind of encouraged her to, do something that she was passionate about. And she had always had this, penchant for making juices and cooking, but making juices in particular. And so we encouraged her to launch out and do it on her own. And she started out of the home and then moved to another place, a sort of garage and studio apartment first started in the initial studio, and then in about 2007 we sort of knocked out some walls, sort of made it into a bigger space, and it was kind of a really good move at the time, because that's when inspections sort of started taking place with New York State Department of Agriculture, FDA, all that stuff. And so, you know, being able to create bigger space and make it a more professional operation was pretty timely. She went out knocking on doors trying to make it happen, and she did. You know, she's been in operation since 1999, 2000, and currently operating in New York City, serving restaurants throughout the New York City metropolitan area. We recently launched an online effort. We had a website for years, but literally last week launched the website to build out the D2C channel, which has been really interesting. And we got some traction. We got about 30 customers in the first week, did about $1,200 worth of business. Not huge, but from a $300,000 sort of revenue base, you know, it's a nice sort of indication of the possibility of really, you know, once we begin to market. And so thinking about ways that we can optimize, you know, the search SEO, and then just marketing throughout the web and using some digital expertise would be, you know, really additive to the process. We have about 18 flavors that we sell regularly, but we're in the process of expanding the SKUs. I know that's counterintuitive for many folks because people like to concentrate their SKUs, but the number of SKUs sort of help us to gain entry into a number of other restaurants and gives us something unique to sell to the consumer base. We have traditional Caribbean juices, which are Irish moss, which is sort of made of sea moss. People like it because it boosts immunity and has other health effects. Another one is soursop, which is a top seller. Peanut punch, which is something that the West Indian community loves. And then sorrel, carrot, and ginger lemonade, and maybe one more. And so those are the top sellers. And then on the direct-to-consumer space, we've seen a pickup in the number of citrusy juices that people like. So the papaya mango, the pineapple passion, the ginger beer, and all of these, most of the citrus juices have some sort of ginger element to it. And so that sort of adds, you know, a little different flavor. You know, it's Caribbean inspired, Jamaican inspired, handed down from my great grandmother to my mother. And I currently work in equity sales and trading for Goldman Sachs. But, you know, I'm kind of thinking that small business is the way to go. And I really want to transition to the business and really expand it. You know, it's a $40 billion market. This is a $300,000 business, doing about $250 this year because we've been hit by COVID. But there's massive opportunity if we have the marketing and have the wherewithal. You know, I think we have the team in place to sort of put the building blocks there so that we can expand, and then we'd look to hire a couple people in sales. Once I move full time, I would love to get on, you know, participate in sales, participate in marketing. We have a number of people on the team who have dedicated some time and interest in the business, and I think that there's just significant potential. We have staff who are, you know, from a social entrepreneurship perspective, we think that it's important to think about stakeholders, not just maximizing profits. And so staff members generally are recent immigrants, or some are returning citizens, folks who don't necessarily fit into normal workplaces. And we sort of take it as our mission to not just hire people, but to train them to move on to bigger and better things if that's the thing that they want to do, or they can stay and hopefully grow with us as we think about opportunities to grow the business. Personally, I think that this could be a $10 million business in about 5 years. with the right focus, with the right backing, and with the right marketing. And I think that there's significant opportunity out there. We have 3 different channels. Obviously, the quick serve, casual dining restaurants in the Caribbean segment. We also have the hotel and resort market, which we only have 2, but they're Gurney's, the Gurney's chain on Long Island, and we sell them bespoke cucumber, watermelon, other juices that they use in their specialty cocktails. And that's a pretty decent margin business. And then we're building out the direct-to-consumer line as well. And we think that there's just a lot of untapped potential in all of those markets. And we also have, we're a certified MWBE in the state of New York. And so we haven't really even tapped that market yet. In February of this year, I attended an event that the state sponsored. And there were a number of different organizations that were coming looking for certified MWBE providers or vendors that they could work with. And they expressed interest in potentially the prison population, for instance. They need protein drinks, something sort of unique. And it's been tough to sort of pursue that this year because, we were hit by COVID. One of our drivers died earlier this year in February. My mother got hit with COVID as well. She was out for about 3 to 4 weeks. Fortunately, COVID hitting allows me to sort of work in New York most of the time. And so I've been able to spend time during the day working my day job, and then in the evenings, going to the juice plant, taking care of the things that need to be taken care of, doing deliveries, whatever it is that needs to be done. But it's also just given me an opportunity to really dive in, see what needs to be done, and see the potential. And so I've been working at it for the last several months, and it's really, I think there's a lot of untapped potential, and I'd love to see make it happen. So thank you all. I'm really honored that, this group has come together to interview and consider Pat's Exotic Beverages, and I'm really excited about the potential.
And Howard, one more question from me is I'm curious, if you were to receive the $10,000 grant, where is priority for you in the business? Where would the investment go?
Priority would be on doing some additional marketing, buying some additional equipment, and shoring up the balance sheet to make sure we are able to weather any storms that do occur. We've been able to make it through this period, and it's been, it's required some finesse, but we're in a good place right now, and I think we have the potential to really grow.
Amazing.
We're also in the process of changing our labels. If you've visited the website, we have this whole new sort of label and marketing suite effort. We're bringing them in. Prior to this year, we've had sort of 2 different styles of labels. One was sort of a 5-color Pat's Exotics label, which is pretty nice, which she first started using. But then over the years, as she introduced more product, we had this monochromatic label, and it's a disparate look, and we want to make it a more uniform, more professional look. So we're in the process of doing that. We're rolling out those labels they're going to print this week, and those are the labels that you see on the website to bring the more uniform look. So that's another thing that we're investing in.
Got it. Awesome, Howard. Thank you so much for the background. That was really helpful. A couple questions for you. COVID obviously has changed the face of American business across the board. So how did COVID impact you guys And what was the initial scenario? Your mom got it. That's crazy. I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah.
So give us a little more information about what the pandemic has done to the business, and a little bit about maybe where you are today. And then the second question, if you want to incorporate in, is what does this business mean to you and your family and the community? Mm-hmm. Right. And so a grant is fine, and that's all fine and dandy, but what would be the SROI, the social return on investment, be, do you think, of winning the grant money?
It would be, well, COVID hit us directly. A person that we knew from our church, who was a retired bus driver, 56 years old, retired, and grandfather, and complained of some aches and pains, and went into the hospital a week later, and passed away from a heart attack. But you could tell, it was in February, so it was at the onset of COVID, and no one really understood it. Then my mother got it, and she was out for several weeks, and then employees were terrified, and so I had to go there and just sort of spend a lot of time making sure the business just kept going and supplying the customers. Our customers were in disarray. Several restaurants closed down. So it was a really challenging time, really exhausting, but really exhilarating as well, because it's a meaningful business to the family. It's something that she created. It's something that I believe in. When you think about the migration of folks coming to the United States to pursue the American dream, you have these Caribbean communities throughout the Northeast and the East Coast in general, and so they're always looking for beverages, foods that remind them of back home, and we give them an opportunity to experience that. And I think we make a really good product, and we're really thinking about marketing, and I think we can create a real opportunity to take some pride in what we're doing, and the community to participate in that. And people really express, gratitude for the product, because they appreciate the nostalgic, the delivery of this nostalgia, if you will, the nostalgic experience. In terms of the social return on investment, this gives us an opportunity to advance the business in terms of hiring, making sure that employees, we're able to pay our staff, we're able to expand the business so that we can have something that is sustainable. We want to move away from, regular plastic bottles. And there's a company that supplies our bottles right now, and they have something called Everclear, which is an additive that increases the biodegradability of the bottle so that they are degraded within 5 to 6 years, which is something that requires, it's a 10 to 15% increase in the cost of our bottles. But I think that it's something that is really worthwhile in terms of in terms of showing our commitment to something that is sustainable, showing our commitment to being stakeholder-based instead of shareholder-based, and gives us a longer run rate, if you will, as we seek to ramp the business up.
And Howard, what would this grant mean to your mom?
Say again.
What would this grant mean to your mom?
Oh, my mom, she just puts her head down and she just works. She doesn't really think a lot about this stuff. That is my job, because I kind of see, she's focused on just getting the product out, delivering a great product. But for me, she relies on me to bring a vision for the company, one that is longer term as she seeks to hand it off, and just thinking about, opportunities for growth. She's kind of terrified of growth for whatever reason, but that's my job, as CEO, as someone who's moving into it full time. I just see the potential, and I want to add to whatever she has done and really make it something that is long lasting and that can last for generations, if you will.
And my last question is, what does your business mean to you from your heart? You know, tell us a little bit about that.
You know, I've been working the 9 to 5 for a long time. And in my heart, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. My father was one to some degree, though he sort of went down the wrong path at one point. And so, you know, he died at an early age. My mother, who worked for a long time and at 49 decided to launch out on her own and create something, and to see her like weather the storm. And as you know, small business is not easy. And 20 years later, to see her just sort of make it and do it and have something to point to is a point of pride and admiration. And so for me, I just am excited about the opportunity to actually create something to add to something that was created out of nothing. You know, to see the creative energy go into it, bring it to fruition. And now it's time to take it to the next level. To see something go from, you know, go from nothing to 300,000 in revenue to possibly 10 million and beyond is just something exciting. And not that money is the ultimate factor, but it's just sort of a way to measure the growth and impact and, you know, the opportunity to create jobs, to model a different form of capitalism that is not just focused on maximizing return to shareholders, but seeking to optimize return to stakeholders. That is a point of, that's something that's really important to me. I'm also a Christian minister. And, you know, when I think about what Christianity should look like in our society, one that is, you know, an ethic that is based on love and compassion and care and bringing people, helping to raise all boats instead of trickling down, actually trickling up. I think that's, you know, an economy that's sort of that's justice oriented, a company that's coming from a place of, justice orientation.
You're making me cry, Howard. Thank you.
Well, we got a full
You're
house
asking
here.
me some really good questions that really get to the heart of what we're about. And so I appreciate you actually caring about that stuff. Thank you very much.
Brother.
Hi, Jeff. We just saw that you joined.
Yeah, so we got a full house here. This is amazing.
You do.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Howard. Brent,
Same here, Jeff.
thank you
Same
so
here.
much for being here.
Hey.
Thanks for taking time.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was on a live event that was late because it was in Europe and everything's late there.
I hear you. Thank you for taking time. Appreciate it.
Sure.
And really enjoyed meeting your colleagues and the team, and really excited about this opportunity and hoping that we do find a way to partner. And regardless, you know, the Hello Alice resources are really helpful. So I'm glad that I'm part of this community and actually, you know, just pleased to be able to meet you all. Thank you.
Well, it is all about people like you. That's the reason that our whole team is here. It's, you know, and I'm sure Jennifer shared with you what we believe, but it's small business owners that built this country and will rebuild it again. And, you know, small businesses are literally the backbone and the flavor of America.
Yes.
So we need more people like you, and we need to do everything we can to make sure that people like you succeed and grow. And that's why the program exists. That's what we're trying to do. It's never about us. Even though I'm, you know, proud to be associated with such a hardworking team here that you met. Some of. It's all about helping do anything we can to help people like you succeed. That's what we're here for. So thank you for everything that you do.
Truly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, we just had a few questions. We just wrapped a few questions. I think Jeff or Brent, you all had one last piece. I'll turn it to you guys.
Sure. So, Howard, I think that we wanted to share one other thing with you, but I think that I will let Brent tell you what we are about to do next.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Howard, it has been such an honor to spend this half hour together and learn the story of your business and your mom's hustle and the grind that she's been through to start a business at the age of 49 as an immigrant. It is, the failure rate of businesses within the first year, let alone 20 years. And then to weather the storm through COVID and what you guys do in terms of supporting immigrants and how you think about business is just so morally and ethically aligned with all of us here on this call that it is our honor to inform you that you have won the $10,000 grant.
Thank you.
Howard, you are the kind of people that we do this for. It's our honor to give you that $10,000. And what you need to know is Brent and his company stepped up to do this for you. So that's the world actually we want to live in. I want to live in a world where people like you work hard and where people like Brent and his company and the Hello Alice team say we need to take care of and be there for people like you. So Brent and his company stepped up to provide this $10,000 grant because we want to be there to help you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And Howard, I'm going to go one step beyond and offer you an additional $10,000 of mentorship and guidance and my company services and my personal mentorship as long as you ever want it and need it. We have been in the digital marketing space for 15 plus years, generated $500 million in e-commerce revenue for our clients. And as you look to expand and grow, money is great, but resources beyond capital and expertise, we would like to bring you in and mentor you and offer you some guidance and help however we can to help you grow your business and hire more amazing people and change the face of your community.
Thank you so much. I am really honored, really honored and excited. And I feel like I'm on one of those TV shows. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is exciting. This is exactly what we need. And to just see, you plant these seeds and, not sure what's going to harvest, but it's just so reassuring and inspiring, invigorating to just feel that and experience this abundance and this community and finding out that there's this community out there, despite the stories that we hear about and what we see. The news loves to focus on the bad news. Right. But the team at Hello Alice likes to go find the good ones. And it's like you said, it's too bad, but you also have to understand that moments like this happen because you are you. You get back from the universe the energy you put out into it. So Amen. If you weren't the person you were doing the things you do the way you do them, none of us would be here right now. So that law of attraction is a real thing. Keep living, keep being you, Howard, the way that you are, and good things will happen because that's the way the world works. And that's sort of what made all these dots connect between my organization at Gen, between the team at Hello Alice. There's a conversation Brent and I were having, and then the team saying Howard's the one. All these pieces of one puzzle all fit to create this moment for a reason. So we should all celebrate the blessing we have of getting to be here, experiencing this right now. And, Brent, I think that is
phenomenal. And thank you on behalf of all of us for offering that additional support. Trust me, Howard, having access to Brent and his team and their expertise is going to be worth infinitely more than any dollar figure you could put on it.
I agree completely. I can sense it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, Howard, we're just thrilled. And after the call, we'll connect you with Brent and his team. So just be on the lookout for an email from me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go over next steps with you if you just bear with me.
Okay.
Great.
Jenny,
Sure.
I have to jump to go do another event, but
Okay.
Brent, Jenny, everybody on both teams, thank you all so much. Howard, we will be watching for more great things from you and more great flavors, frankly.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Take care, Jeff.
I got to run,
Thanks,
guys.
Jeff.
Thank you to everybody.
Take care.
Great. So before end of today, Howard, you'll receive an email from me that has all the next steps. So don't worry if you don't catch everything I'm going to go over. It'll all be in my email. In addition to my email, you'll also receive 2 DocuSigns. The first DocuSign will be your most important one, and that is your affidavit and release, and that will serve as your written acceptance of the grant. So take a look at it, and then within the document, you'll mark, it's a checkbox, whether you accept the grant or you reject the grant. So we'll need that signed and returned within 48 hours of receipt. Otherwise, the grant will be forfeited.
Understood.
The second DocuSign is going to be your ACH form, so your bank information, and then your W-9 form, your business tax information. Fill those out at your convenience, and then that will help us get started on setting up the distribution.
Perfect. Thank you.
And then in addition to the mentorship and the resources that Brent mentioned, we'd also love to share more about Pat's Exotic Beverages with our community. So we'll ask you to upload a headshot, photos of your team, photos of your products, and we'd love to share more about the products and then provide you all with some additional marketing support.
That is awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So glad to be a part of this community.
So those are the key next steps. And then as you're working through, if you run into any questions, just shoot me a note and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Perfect. Thank you, Jen.
Howard, as you get funded and take care of all the paperwork and we get connected, you and I will sync up, we'll exchange phone numbers, and we'll just spend some time figuring out where your needs are as you're looking to expand. And then I can kind of help integrate you accordingly with our team based upon what you need. Because it's one thing to get capital, and now as you look to grow and expand, if you're thinking about doing any marketing and all of that, we certainly can try to figure out how to help you step in the right direction, avoid some landmines, maybe give you some guidance and things like that.
Yes. Perfect. I'm super excited. Super excited. Thank you so much.
You guys deserve it. You guys really deserve it, and you're doing. We need more entrepreneurs like you and your mom in the world. I believe, our company believes, everyone on this call believes that the world can be changed positively through business, and if we harness a for-profit entity to create social impact, we have a sustainable long-term business model. And you are the face of that, you and your mom. And so, thank you. It is our honor, honestly, to support you. And so thank you guys for what you do, and thank you, Jenny, for all you all do at Hello Alice. You guys are angels. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
It's an honor for us to connect everyone here, and we're just really thrilled for you, Howard, and excited to be a part of your business journey and see you as you continue to grow and head into the new year here.
Thank you so much.
Well, great. You'll be hearing from me, and then we'll be in touch here with the next steps.
Perfect.
We're all buying juice right now, Howard. My cart is full.
Yes. I love those flavors.
Yes. Thank you.
Love
All
it.
right.
Congratulations, Howard.
Thank you very much, Brent. Thank you very much, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Everyone take care.
Congratulations,
All right.
Howard.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats,
Thank you.
Howard. Talk soon.
Take care.